Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Tony here. Tony's LPs Are Us. This is just a little tribute to Sly Stone. Sly Stone passed away either late last night or today. It was just announced today. Today's June 9, 2025. He was 82 years old. He was suffering from COPD and assorted illnesses, I would say, for the last 20 years or so, on and off. A lot of, he was homeless at one time. I think he was starting to get back on his feet after with the help of Questlove. Questlove did this great documentary that I actually talked about 3 months ago called Sly Lives. It was on Hulu. It premiered on Hulu, the cable network associated with Disney. So I watched it. It was really great. It reinvigorated my love for Sly. I was raised with Sly's music growing up in the 60s. He was such an innovator. He was sampled numerous times from the hip-hop genre. He influenced, obviously, Prince, Rick James, probably every band that came after him. He was social. He was fun. He was infectious. He was doing protest music in the 60s. I'm going to show his albums. Actually, was at Woodstock. Did a whole set at Woodstock. On the first Woodstock album, he's, featured. So the great Sly Stone is gone, but his music, hopefully, his music now will catch a little bit more airplay. Kind of like lost. We kind of forgot about Sly in a way because he didn't die young. He stuck around. He got sick. He had drug problems. He kind of fell out of favor with with record labels and things. The last couple of records he didn't really sell. I believe he did a record with a bunch of people, like duets, and I don't think that did very well. But I have a lot of his original records that I'm going to show, and I want to emphasize again what he meant to the culture of rock music, pop music, soul music. He blended it all, created funk. Big fan of, of James Brown at the time, Funkadelics. He was friends with the Funkadelics and Parliament, George Clinton. He, watched the documentary. It's just really good. I did a review about it. I'll post it on the back of this. It was really very, pleasantly surprised at how good that documentary was. Directed by Questlove and another gentleman, I think Mr. Patel. So I saw some interviews where they talked about it. But, Sly did so much. He was the first, I'm thinking, the first rock band who integrated, women. He was, a black artist. Obviously, he had, white guys in his band. His drummer was white, and they speak so highly of him in the documentary. He is not in the documentary. That was new. He's in the documentary from some previous interviews that they did. I think he was too sick to actually be interviewed for this documentary, which I guess was probably I reviewed it 3 or 4 months ago. So you figure a year ago, he was still in rough shape. So he finally passed away. They said surrounded by his family, his children. They really had some great things to say about him. He was such an innovator, and he influenced so much that we kind of take. I'm not a musician, but I think musicians probably knew what he did. But I think a lot of the fans just take that for granted. So let's say a little prayer for Sly Stone. Hopefully he's resting now. He's in peace now, because I know the last probably decade was not really fun for Sly Stone. So I'm just going to show some of his records, a little tribute. Hope you like this. I want to thank you for watching. And here we go. This is Sly and the Family Stone, Back on the Right Track, one of his later albums. These aren't in any order. This is on Warner. He started out on Epic. He was signed by Clive Davis when Clive was with Columbia Records. And Clive, speaks about him how, when Sly started, messing up, he would be late for gigs. They would lose, gigs. He would show up late. Sometimes he wouldn't show up at all. So he had a lot of demons, but he was on he recovered. He beat that, and life caught up to him. 82 years old, not bad, right? This is one with his wife and his son. This is called Sly and the Family Stone Small Talk. This is a pretty good album, pretty funky. Here is Fresh, which is a great album. This is a gatefold, I believe. Yeah, nice gatefold. So it's not a happy video. Just wanted to announce it. I just found out earlier. People had texted me about it, saying, I said, yeah, I know. I actually texted some folks, and I wanted to get this in, before, while it's still fresh, while people could say, okay, now what I'm hoping this video does is, first of all, listen to Sly's music. If you don't have his records, they're not expensive. They're all over eBay. They're all over. He sold millions of records. Like I say, started at Woodstock. That was his big break. But he was a DJ. He was an innovator. He was a composer. He was a father. But just incorporated so much that we take for granted. He was big with the technology of the time, using drum machines, organ, and he funked it up, man. Here's a great album, Sly and the Family Stone, Dance to the Music. Of course, Dance to the Music was one of their biggest hits. This is on Epic. Dance to the Music medley. And let me show you the Epic label. This is a reissue. Which sometimes I don't know what's in here when I pull these. Here is a good one if you're looking to pick up a Sly record. Sly and the Family Stone's greatest hits. I'll just run off these hits that you'll know. Everyday People, Dance to the Music, You Can Make It If You Try, Sing a Simple Song, My Lady to Life, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, I Want to Take You Higher, Hot Fun in the Summertime, Stand, Fun, Everybody is a Star. And there's the original Epic label. Here's one of the early ones, Life. That's an OG. And Roscoe from NEW-FM. You people from the tri-state area, East Coast, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, all knew NEW-FM with the great Roscoe. And here's an Epic label. And Dance to the Music, Sly and the Family Stone. An OG Epic. Yellow Epic. But here he is when he's a little bit more modest, without the big afro, without the clothes. You've got two females, the rest of the guys, horns, incorporated horns. Great bass, great horn section, great drumming. And there you have that. Let you look at that. Larry Graham was the bass player, and Larry Graham went on to form his own band. I forget the name of it, but I have a few of his records, very funky. Stan, Sly and the Family Stone. Here's a picture of him as a child. This one has pictures of the band members as children. And there's the names of it. Great covers, great artwork. The artwork, when we used to see these records on the stands at record stores, you were drawn into these records. They were large, They were right on top, actually. This is there, so it's, you know, it goes over the rim of the shelf or the stand. So, and this is Epic again. Stands on here. Everyday People, Sex Machine. Great stuff. And here's the last one of my albums. Sly and the Family Stone. I believe there's a riot going on. I believe there's a riot going on. The American flag, little protest action. Well, protest within a danceable song. Great collage. And another yellow Epic. And this is this is a library issue, so I bought this used, but it has a library stamp on it. So that's it. What can I say? I don't really have any notes here, but 82 years old, COPD, you know, I guess, you know, just body wouldn't hold up anymore. He probably got good care at the end. But again, check out Sly Lives. It's on Hulu, might be on other platforms now. Really well done, a little bit under 2 hours. Questlove, of course, great drummer, great filmmaker, historian, rock historian, funk historian, jazz, soul. He has a huge record collection. I was watching an interview of him. I think he kind of modestly said he's maybe 10 years ago it was 20, 30,000 albums, 30,000 albums, because people come to him with collections. So he knows his stuff, you know, so check it out. And I just want to let everybody know, you know, Sly Stone, 82 years old today, is June 9, 2025. So thanks for stopping in. Keep rocking. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Really appreciate it. Dance to the music.